The Glassway GM is here in Season of the Seraph. Easy start with a chaotic and deadly boss room, but let's remedy that with some key knowledge. Hello, I am your Commander Pika, and let's go over some basics, loadout recommendations, and walk you through every encounter of this Nightfall. If viewing in a future season, strats and spawns should stay constant, just substitute seasonal anti-champion methods. Let's dive in. For the GM modifiers specific to the Glassway, you have Arachno, defeated Vandals drop Spider Mines, Chaff, no radar, 12 Barrier and 16 Overload champions, Arc and Solar Shields, and Void Burn. Due to the low volume of shields, it's best to focus on build synergy and Void to maximize damage. For those few shields and numerous barrier champions, Arbalest is quite useful. Planning for the worst case scenario, everyone bring a means of overload stun for those rushing Minotaurs in the boss room. If you have access to Divinity, it is great for stunning champions and quickly annihilating those wyverns since they have a hard to hit crit spot. Witherhoard is also useful for bypassing the final boss's shields and ad clear. To maximize burn, everyone equip a Void Linear Fusion Rifle, great for DPS and ammo efficiency. For defense, maximize your resilience, bring Stasis for crowd control, and invest in Void Resist and Concussive Dampener. For offense, ideally have one Guardian rocking Lucent Finisher for more heavy ammo, and Weaken Clear for an easy debuff. For accessibility, we'll go over minimum spec loadouts first, meaning owning Beyond Light and any and all currently obtainable free-to-play gear only. For exotic weapons, top contenders are Arbalest, Aegir's Scepter, and Hardlight. Take a look on screen now for some legendary anti-champion options, with my top picks being Nightwatch, Vouchsafe, Funnelweb, Point of the Stag, and Bellis X. For heavy weapons, Taipan 4FR for ammo efficiency and DPS. Avoid rocket like Royal Entry for quicker burst damage, or Corrective Measure for ad clear. Round these out with special options like Partner Ardest for blinding and debuffs, Riptide for freezing foes, and Fugue 55 for Avoid Sniper. For loadouts and builds, Void to maximize burn and builds that focus on crowd control. Titans, Void is great for defense and general ad clear, while Arc adds a burst damage super to quickly take out those rogue champions and wyverns. Great exotics are Crest of Alpha Lupi, Armamentarium, Helm of Saint 14, Precious Scars, and Curus of the Falling Star. For my recommended loadout, Armamentarium on Arc Thundercrash, with Pulse or Storm Grenades paired with a Knockout and Touch of Thunder aspects. Opt for weapons like Arbalest, Vouchsafe, and Taipan. Alternatively, switch to Void with Bastion and Control Demolition aspects if wanting to maximize burn and defense. However, Thundercrash is an invaluable tool to turn the tide in a sticky situation. Hunters, Void offers damage and safety, but all elements have their merits. For sneaky support exotics, choose from Graviton Forfeit, Orpheus Rig, or Omnioculus. Focusing on more abilities and damage, then Star Eater Scales, Frosties, and Raiden Flux. For my recommended build, rock Void, your favorite tether, and either Orpheus or Omni, with Trapper's Ambush and Vanishing Steps aspects. Pair weapons like Arbalest, Vouchsafe, and Taipan. Now Warlocks, Stasis is amazing here, with other elements faring quite well. For ability uptime, choose from Eye of Another World, Nezarec Sin, and Verity's Brow. Support type items, try the Stag and Boots of the Assembler. For my recommended build, Stasis with Eye of Another World or the Stag, opting for the Bleak Watcher and Ice Flare Bolts aspects and your grenade of choice. Weapon-wise, Pardon Ardest, Hardlight, and Taipan for utility and debuffs, or swap to Aegir's Scepter to maximize freeze. Stasis is a great tool to consider for all classes, helping to lock down a zone, provide cover, and give you time to think. Just be mindful of freezing overload champions. And then for more heavy ammo, have someone with Lucent Finisher and maybe Aeons. On to maximum spec, going under the assumption you own every expansion and all currently obtainable gear. Numerous exotic options with top contenders being Witherhoard to easily apply debuffs, crowd control and fire through the boss's shield, Divinity to quickly stun champions and make easy to hit crits, and Limit Narc for overload stuns, damage, and ad clear. For exotic armor, Titans go with Heart of Inmost Light for ability spam, or try Ursa Furiosa or Lorelei for survivability. Hunters, Renewal Grasp if you want to run a Stasis support build, or go with Gerfalcon to spread volatile everywhere. Warlocks, empower Stasis with the Osmiomancy Gloves, or increase the potency of light subclasses with Fallen Sunstar, Controverse Hold, and Phoenix Protocol. Additionally, consider great legendary weapons like Exalted Truth, Tarnished Metal, Under Your Skin, and Red Herring to beef up your arsenal. For my loadout recommendations, Titan, done Heart of Inmost Light on Arc Thundercrash. For great team support, select exotics like Witherhoard or Divinity, paired with a Pulsar Scout and Taipan. Hunters, increase Void's lethality with Gerfalcon's Hauberk with Vanishing Step and Trapper's Ambush. Pair this with Collective Obligation or Lemon Arc to blank the field in purple. Warlocks, use the previous Stasis build but now use Osmiomancy Gloves instead for even more turret friends, paired with Arbalest, Witherhoard, or Divinity. Opting for Rocket DPS, pair Gallahorn with a Void Rocket, and finish champs when you get the chance. With that, onto the walkthrough. The entrance isn't too bad, just take it slow, watch out for the rushing invisible marauders, hidden overload champion, and distant snipers. As you progress, more Shanks and Vandals appear, be mindful of the slow mines they drop, and then jumping to and fro which can push you. At the first barrier, jump down to trigger the spawn and then either jump back up on the ledge for safety or use the rock for cover. Quickly locate the Overload champion that spawns on the left and destroy them, then focus the remaining rushing Fallen. When you push further into this room, the barrier servitor will spawn, so that's why I recommend staying back so there aren't two champions to deal with at once. In the next room, you'll face off against the Warrior's Enforcer, a stasis empowered Fallen that creates glacier crystals when they slam. Utilize the large rock at the room's entrance as cover to avoid the boss's slams and the distant snipers on the far right platforms. If things ever get hectic, retreat down the tunnel. First, find the Wandering Overload champion, usually along the middle or right side, and delete them. Then focus on the distant snipers and the boss. Like the previous room, don't push up the pillar on the left side. Doing so will spawn an additional wave of adds and a barrier champion. So only do this once the bulk of the forces are dead, so you don't have to deal with immune foes. In the next room, you'll face another Stasis Fallen, the Technocrat's assistant who excels in throwing dustfield grenades. Those shouldn't be taken lightly as they can quickly freeze you. Similar adds and cadence of combat like the previous room, just be aware of more snipers on the right side. I recommend hiding on the right side behind the first large rock or the pillar for cover, or jumping over to the rock on the left side lane. Like before, destroy the Overload champion, take care of the Shanks and snipers. Be aware of the Overload as he likes to rush and jump towards you. As with the rooms before, based on the add density and moving past the large pillars, the next wave of Fallen and barrier will spawn early. So get the Overload and main boss out of the way first so everything isn't immune. For this platforming section, just take it slow and watch for enemies hiding around every corner. Entering this section can be a little laggy, so expect enemy spawns to be delayed and then pop in. Additionally, adds spawn in waves based on where you are in the room. Shanks and Vandals will spawn when you progress through, so have someone hang back or look at the left side area to quickly take them out. Along the right side, you'll find an Overload champion. After that, more adds and an Overload champion spawn on the floating platform. Play cover the best you can. Have someone keep an eye out for the two Sniper Vandals that spawn at the exit door platform. At first glance, the Vex plate encounter might seem difficult, but we can break it down to make it super easy. You don't have to stand on the plate the whole time. Adds spawn at certain thresholds of plate progress. So, have someone stand on the plate, when enemies spawn, retreat towards the entrance near cover. Take care of the adds, then repeat until the room is drained and all the Shanks are dead. Enemy types change as you progress, you'll have a few Solar Heavy Shanks spawn, Deadly Sniper Vandals on the side balconies, then Exploder and Tracer Shanks. For the remainder of the room, progress slowly. Overload champion in the pin in front of you, and then as you make your way towards the door, adds will jump down from above, along with numerous Sniper Vandals and a barrier champion. Ranged weapons and patience are great here to fight safely. Watch those spider mines, clear the room, grab ammo, and onto the actual fight. The boss room is the real challenge, but only if you don't know the what, when, and how. The fight will be divided into 4 phases. My recommendation, stay on the interior left side of the arena. Good cover and means of fighting and escaping. Move to the right side when threatened or looking for a better angle based on the situation. To start the fight, clear all the dregs and Overload captain, then quickly make your way to the far left side. Phase 1. You'll have the main boss Belmont, the mini-boss Transcendent Hydra, 2 Overload champions and goblins rushing you. Ideally, you want to nuke the Overload champion as they come out of the left portal. Throw your grenades, use your heavy ammo, and if you have divinity, use it for easy destruction. No matter what, once the boss comes your way, duck inside the left room to avoid their deadly void bolts. If you didn't destroy the Overload, just be on the lookout for him later. The mini-boss Hydra will come inside your room from the middle lane. Ignore them for now. Find the second Overload that comes from the right portal. They should rush from the middle entryway or the encounter's entrance. Then find the first Overload if you didn't kill them at the start. Get rid of the goblins and then focus on the mini-boss Hydra. When at 75% HP, Vex reinforcements spawn, meaning more Overloads and goblins. Quickly nuke the mini-boss to 66% HP to make them despawn so you can more easily focus on the new wave of champions and goblins coming up the middle entrance. Just be mindful of the champion's potential roaming elsewhere. Now, to safely work on the boss, lure them to the far left side. Most of their attacks can't hit you, so plink away at them. Use anti-barrier weapons to shoot through its shield, damaging abilities, and Witherhoard, which can fire directly through those rotating barriers. Once Belmont's first health bar is gone, they'll teleport away. Phase 2. Upon the boss's teleport, quickly run out near the left portal. Same as the start of Phase 1, however this time it'll be Wyverns and Arc Harpies that come out. Throw everything you have at them, grenades, stasis, power weapons. After you kill the Wyvern, make your way inside. The second Wyvern and mini-boss Hydra should be coming inside, so quickly dispatch the Wyvern. Shutdown supers like Thundercrash or roamers like Shadebender are great here to quickly dispatch those chickens. When the mini-boss Hydra is at 50% HP, more Wyverns, champions, and adds spawn. So quickly nuke the Hydra and prepare for Wyverns spawning at the portals and rushing you. Be careful of the barrier champions hanging out in the middle of the arena. If you can't poke out the left in time to see the Wyverns spawn, wait for them to come to you. Place stasis turrets, grenades, pop your supers. The Wyverns are the deadliest enemy in this fight. Thankfully, wyverns have low finisher thresholds, so when they are below half health, you can finish them. With both gone, slowly pick off the 4 barrier champions you have in the middle of the arena. Take it slow, find angles, and hunt for ammo. The barriers should all stay outside, but they can wander in and have a nasty tendency for rapid teleports. When the last one is defeated, the next phase starts. Phase 3, repeat phase 1. Make your way to the left side portal and try to nuke the overload champion. If Famine comes to harass you, make your way inside. Find the overloads as they come to you and watch for the Fnatic Vex. After all are dealt with, get the boss to half health, and again more overloads and adds will spawn. Ideally keep Belmont on the left side to easily funnel most of the Vex through the middle opening. Just be aware of the left portal overload that can come up the left side. Clear the room, grab ammo, and then DPS the boss until they teleport away. Phase 4, repeat phase 2. Left side again, spawn kill the left portal wyvern, then duck inside. Watch the second wyvern and mini-boss Hydra coming up mid. Destroy the wyvern, then destroy the mini-boss. And again, at 25% HP on the mini-boss, more adds will spawn, so quickly kill that Hydra. After that, prepare for the wyverns rushing you. Use your grenades, supers, and power weapons. Then it's the home stretch, just 4 barriers and the boss, so play smart. For just completion, focus on the boss. For platinum rewards, you need to kill those barrier champions, so carefully pick them off, then destroy Belmont. Hopefully this helps you conquer the Glassway. Boss room can be hectic, so just focus on the champions and normal Vex before you work on the bosses to not accidentally spawn the next wave. Just be aware of your surroundings and don't all clump up, so you don't accidentally all go down in one bolt from the boss or wyverns. If you're having issues, I highly advise bringing a Stasis Warlock or 2, some Thunder Crashes, Divinity, Witherhoard, and Arbalest. If instead you're doing this on Master difficulty, it adds the negative modifier Attrition, severely reduced health regen unless you pick up a pool of light from defeated foes, and the daily rotating elemental modifiers of Ashes to Ashes, Lightning Crystals, and Subtle Foes. Spec for more healing and attempt on Lightning Crystals Day to spam arc abilities. If you have any questions, tips, or stories of your conquests, comment down below. Trying out other GMs to guild your Conqueror seal, then check out the other guides on my channel. If you like today's guide, then a like and subscribe is always appreciated. And if you want to meet other awesome Guardians and get hyped for Lightfall, then join the Sundog Gaming Discord. As always, I am your Commander Pika. Be kind, have fun, and I'll see you on the battlefield.